Hey everyone, this is Wei. Thanks for checking this out. And this video is going to be all about drawing hands. Now, first off, let me say that the hand, just like the feet, is extremely expressive. Now, if you're hiding your hands in your drawing because you find them difficult to draw, then you're actually doing your drawing a huge disservice because the hands are very, very important. So let's get started and I'll talk about the process along the way. Alright, so to draw a hand, obviously you want to use as much reference as possible, and in this case it's really easy because you can just look at your own hand. Now, even with reference, it's very beneficial to know, your basic construction of the hand. Just like if you're drawing a head, you want to know the basic head construction. So let's go over the basic hand construction. Alright, so I'm gonna draw the hand, and if you look at the from the top view, if you look at just the palm area, excluding the thumb, it's almost like a square. It's slightly longer. So if you draw a square, just make it a little bit longer, to kind of like a rectangle. So this would be like the back of your hand. And then from the back of your hand, you're gonna have basically, four knuckles, right? You're gonna have one, two, three, and four. Now there's a curvature to it, so let me erase that real quick. There's a curvature to the bone structure here. It's not, perfectly straight, obviously. So it's gonna curve this way and it's gonna curve this way. So now you have these knuckles here, basically your four knuckles. Now from here, we're gonna start with the middle finger because that's the longest finger. So if you measure from the center of the knuckle all the way down, okay, and you double this distance, and then you make it slightly longer, which is probably going to be around here, let's say slightly longer. That's going to be the tip of your middle finger. So if I go straight down, okay, I know this is really crude, but I'm just trying to show you the proportion. So the knuckle here, middle finger here, so that's how long your middle finger is. It's just twice the distance of this. And just push it up a little bit, make it slightly longer. So then you have, let's see, bones here and bones here, right, your joints here. And obviously this one's slightly longer than this, and then this is even shorter than the previous. Okay, so from here, now we look at moving to the index finger. Now there's also a curvature, just like for the knuckles here, there's a curvature here too as well, and it's slightly steeper, and it goes even steeper as you go up to the other joints. So from here, so this joint, if you look at the index finger, the joint's going to be here because it's slightly shorter, right? Overall, the index finger is going to be slightly shorter. And then this going to go straight up. Now, how far does the index finger go all the way up to? And for that one, it's quite easy. If you just draw the fingernail for the middle finger, your index finger is going to reach pretty much, where the fingernail starts. So that's going to be where your index finger is. And here you can see the curvature here, so your bone's going to be right around there. And then for the ring finger, okay, so you go straight up. The ring finger is almost like, your index finger. Some people have it, slightly longer or shorter, but just you can just make it the same length just to make it a little bit easier. Okay, so I'm just gonna do that, and then here, see, it's slightly shorter, and then for the pinky, okay, it's even shorter, and the pinky goes all the way up around here. Okay, so right around actually this bone here, and again, it all varies with obviously with different people, but this is just generally speaking, so that you can draw a semi-convincing hand without looking at like something's deformed about it. Okay, so from here, now you have all these fingers. Now we're gonna do the thumb. And the thumb, there's a curvature down here too, so that's gonna be the bone right here. So it comes out like this, okay? And then this is gonna, now in terms of how long the thumb is, it's approximately like right around here. So if you can imagine, like, where your finger starts, the middle finger. So you go this way, this is kind of, your thumb's gonna reach right about at that point. Okay, so from here, 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 and then you have the joint here, right? Okay, and then now you have pretty much your hand construction. Okay, and then the nail is going to be right around there. Alright, so before drawing more hands, let me talk about the an important feature about the thumb, and that is the thumb is actually at a 90-degree angle to the rest of your fingers. So to illustrate that, let me do this example as let's say this is Superman's hand, and he's flying right at you. Okay, so he's pointing right at you. So when we go down to the thumb, it's gonna be down right here. Now the thumb's fingernail is gonna be this way, and then the rest of the fingers right here is actually going up. Okay, well facing upwards. So you can see that this is at a 90-degree angle to each other. So just remember this angle, because even if your thumb is like placed flat onto the table, even if it's like this, the fingernail is still at a slight angle. It's never really parallel with these, so it's a pretty important point to know, or else you might be drawing fingernails like this on the bottom or even flat, which will be really odd. So just remember 90 degrees for the thumb angle to the rest of your fingers. All right, so let's draw a hand using the hand construction. So I'm posing my hand and I'm using that as a reference. So let's say I'm doing the back, right? This is gonna be the back of the hand, and this is gonna be like a square, right? And then slightly longer, okay? So this is just like a regular rectangle. So from here, you have the knuckle for the middle finger. Okay, and then we're gonna curve it down this way. Now we have knuckles here, and then knuckles for the ring, and then a knuckle for the index finger. So now we have basically the back of the hand. So let's do the middle finger. Now I'm just gonna measure from here to all the way down to the wrist, right? This distance, and I'm gonna double it, and it'll probably be around somewhere right here, and then slightly longer. So okay, so now I know if the my middle finger is perfectly extended, it's gonna go all the way up there, right? So obviously I'm not gonna draw the shape, because I'm actually gonna bend it a little bit. So why do I draw this? Is because so I kind of have a reference as to how far this finger goes. So I'm gonna draw, let's say from here this way, okay, and then I'm gonna have it bend down a little bit. So I kind of approximate, okay, how far is it gonna bend down to, right? And it'll give you like a good approximation, so that your finger still kind of makes sense. So if you look at this shape right now, you can imagine that if it did extend, it might hit that point, right? So okay, so now we have the middle finger, and let's do the index finger. So from here, the index finger I'm gonna draw a little bit straighter, because it's just gonna be extending outward. So see, knowing where this joint is, now I know that the index finger is gonna be slightly lower, right? So it's gonna be slightly lower here. So I'm gonna start from that, and then we're gonna go straight up. Okay, and right now I'm just drawing cylinders, and you can actually draw boxes, but cylinders just a little bit easier sometimes, just a little bit quicker. And then here, let's say what we're gonna do with this finger. Let's push it up a little bit. Okay, so from here we're gonna push it up a little bit. So you can kind of imagine the distance, right? Obviously you don't want to go past further than this. So let's say I'm gonna come up a little bit that way, and then I'm gonna go this way. Now I know this is a lot of foreshortening, and that is really one of the reasons why fingers are so difficult to draw, is because there is a lot of foreshortening. So in these cases where there's a lot of foreshortening, what you want to do is just go ahead and draw the back of it too, right? So if you have a cylinder like this, and then you want to kind of draw the back side of it too, so that the next one, where is it gonna start. It just kind of gives you more guides, and it's actually very useful technique in drawing, to draw the back side of things. Okay, so continuing to the pinky. Probably had it too far out, so let's push it in a little bit. I'll push it up again. So obviously, you want to draw, slightly lower than this one, right? So because it's not as long, and then we're just gonna go straight out again, and then I'll just have it die out right here as if it's just going straight down. Okay, so now we have all these fingers, and let's do the thumb area. So let's see, when it comes straight down, and then there's always a curvature, right? Like these knuckles, and it's gonna comes down here. So your knuckle is probably gonna be, in a relaxed mode. It's gonna be somewhere around here. So now I'm looking at my hand too for reference. But just even if I didn't, I would probably draw somewhere right here anyways. So from here, and then you draw it. So your hand, if extended outward, is like if this would go straight out, it's probably gonna meet up like somewhere around this line, right? So you kind of know, how far to go. Like if you drew your thumb all the way out here, then it's too far. Or if you drew it only way here, it might be a little bit too short. So let's see from here, this way, probably somewhere right here. Okay, so that's gonna go there. And then you have your other joint here. Okay, here, and then again the nail is gonna be this way. Okay, it's gonna be slanting this way, and these nails are going this way, right? Like if you have a nail here like this. Okay. Now if you drew the nail like this, then that's totally wrong. So again, it's at a slight angle. Okay, and then we can taper it in a little bit. So wrist bone here. Okay. So just by this, we can draw a little bit of bone here. So you can see how quickly you can draw a hand and rough out with this kind of hand construction, and it still kind of looks correct, right? And you can go in and fix the perspective. But just in general, this basic hand construction really works, in just getting the hand laid out. All right, so let's do another example, and this time we're going to be looking at the palm of a hand as opposed to the back of a hand. So we're going to go straight, let's see, the rectangle again, okay, here, and then we're going to have the middle finger, the knuckles. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. We got to do the curvature, okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And then to get the distance, we double from the wrist to the middle finger. That would be slightly longer, probably right around here if it was fully extended, but we're not gonna go that far. Okay, so we're gonna go straight up here and then here, and then from this one we're gonna bend it inward a little bit. Again, this is gonna be foreshortening, and then this finger is even gonna bend toward us even more. Okay, so you have the joints here. And then we're gonna do the index finger. Now obviously the index finger is a little bit shorter, so the bone, is like right around here, so, right? So this one let's have this one extended all the way straight up. Okay, so the bone's here, and another bone here, and another one here. So it's pointing straight up. Okay. And then this one, let's see, let's point it straight down. So again, you don't want to go a little bit lower than that, so it's gonna end right around here, and this one's gonna be coming right at you, and then it's gonna come slightly down. So the fingernail is right here like that. So it's curving right toward you. And then this one I'm gonna curve even down even more. Okay. Perhaps the knuckles a little bit too far apart. So anyways. So this is gonna bend straight down. It's gonna come right down like this, and there's another one right here, and then it's gonna come straight down like this. So the nails are right around here. I know this is a little bit hard to see, but I'll draw this a little bit harder, like that. Okay. So now the thumb, now there's a curvature here, right? So the joint's probably go somewhere around here. Okay, and then now how far the thumb reaches. Now if we arc it, it'll probably be right around here because it comes almost to this joint, but obviously a little bit shorter. So we know if the thumb is perfectly straight, it's gonna come right around there. So we have this, You can do this joint here, and then it comes straight up. And obviously the nail is gonna be behind because we're not gonna see that. Now for the palm of the hand, what you just need to keep in mind is that it's a lot softer than the back of your hand. So there's a lot of padded areas, and so one big padded area is gonna be right around here, where it connects to your thumb. This is a really big muscle, and then actually here is gonna be all padded too, and then you're gonna have your little wrinkles right here, right? Straight down like that. So with the back inside of the hand, the palm of your hand, just remember a lot of padding. Okay, there's a lot of little padding, and this is like concave. Okay, this is almost like a you can cup water with it, right? Whereas your back of your hand is convex. Water would just flow right down. So that's just the major difference between the two. Is just the palm of your hand has a lot of padded area. So here, 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 and now you have your hand. All right, let's do one more, and this time from the side because there's a pretty important characteristic in terms of how the finger bends. So let's see, this is the palm, and here's your knuckle. Okay, from this distance, then this is looking at from the side. So if I double this, it's gonna be right around here and slightly longer, probably around here. So now I know, the middle finger would extend all the way out. But we're not gonna go all the way out there because we're gonna bend this thing down a little bit. So here's the knuckle. We're gonna go straight down here, and then we're gonna have it bend in. It's here, 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 and here's the characteristic that I'm talking about in terms of how the finger bends. Okay, when it bends, it's kind of like this, right? So, and you can actually draw like this. Like let's say if the finger was straight, just kind of imagine it. Here's your knuckle. Just kind of imagine it like here's a joint and here's a joint and here's a tip. You can actually draw it kind of like this, just so that you see this little angle here. As you close your close your fingers, it's gonna have this kind of triangular shape right here. So this is gonna be the middle finger, and then let's say the index finger. Here's the knuckle right around the same area, but slightly lower. So I'm gonna have it point straight out, right? So now I know, let's say, see this knuckle for the middle finger is probably like right around here. So I know that the knuckle for this one is gonna be slightly lower, right? Because it won't be as long. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna do this. And since I know, this is where the middle finger is too, so this won't be as long. Probably end right around here. Okay. So let's say we have this. So we'll join here, okay, and then the finger, and here's your fingernail, and then the other fingers, well, let's skip the other ones for now, and we're gonna go straight down. Again, the knuckles, okay, it's gonna come here, so I'm gonna have a point probably right around here for the thumb, okay, and this is gonna come straight down. And then now this distance, it's a little bit easy to measure, like how far is the thumb. Well, it doesn't quite reach, the second joint here for the index finger. So we rotate, the pivot's right here, right? So we rotate all the way down. We know the thumb's probably gonna be reaching around this area. So I can draw that and can go, let's say here. Okay, thumb's right around here. And again, the fingernail is gonna be at pretty much a 90-degree to, this finger and this finger. So now we have this. See some skin stretching right here. Just stretches inward too, and then this other fingers back here. It's kind of curl up even tighter. So it's gonna be a little bit harder to see, and then the last one is just somewhere right there. So this would be dark, dark, dark. Okay. Here, knuckle, straight down. Here's the wrist. Okay, the little padded palm area on your on the thumb, the major muscle is. Okay, so you can see how well this works, and just from this, you get a pretty decent hand, and now you can go in and work on more detail. And again, using your own hand for reference, but this would just give you a really good basis for hand construction. Alright, so that's it for this video on drawing hands. If you're having difficulty with drawing hands, definitely, work on this basic construction for the hand, and before you know it, you're gonna be very surprised at how easy it is actually to draw a hand, not from just one angle, but from any angle. So I hope you find this helpful, and give it a shot, and I'll see you next time.